Hey, Sherry.
Hi, Melanie. I'm going to, I just have to bring some things in. I just went food shopping.
Take your time. I just accidentally knocked myself off the videos, so I'm having craziness again today. So we'll start in a minute. Take your time.
All right. And then, yeah, maybe someone else will join too, but I will. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, no, you're welcome. All right, there we are. So it's Melanie Albert for our plant-based food art experience with Earth Day, and we are just waiting to get started, and we will be starting momentarily. So welcome everyone. We'll be with you all in a few minutes. As soon as Sherry comes back, we are going to get started. There you are. Oh my gosh. Are you?
You can still talk. I'm just going to unpack the perishables and then I'll be back. Okay.
Okay. And I see that Faye's here.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. I'll mute myself in the meantime. Okay. But I'll be listening.
No worries.
And I'll watch it too as I'm doing it. Thanks.
You're welcome. Hey, Faye, it's Melanie. Can you hear me yet?
Yes, I can. How are you?
Awesome. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun. I can't wait to show you guys what I did this morning.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, so let me have every time this stuff, everything changes all the time on this Facebook stuff and Zoom and everything. It's crazy. Yeah, it literally just switched on me. I want 2 pins. Ooh. I don't know. It's giving me new options that I've never seen. I want the recording to see the food. You know what I'm saying?
You mean where you're showing right now you're displaying the paper media.
Oh.
Like with your second iPhone.
Well, isn't that interesting? Because on my screen, I see big me and that one's really little, but I want to make sure the recording has both. Hang on. Sorry.
It's okay. Wait a minute. Is the food covered by the...
Oh, the food is covered by paper.
Okay, there we go.
But the weird thing is that like on my screen, I need to see both, like I need to see the iPhone and me, because
right.
when the recording goes, if they can see me, they're not going to see the food. And I've like yesterday, it was one thing. They've changed the options here. I'm going to say add a spotlight. They've changed what things are called.
Well, that looks good.
That's what I wanted.
That looks great.
Well, you know, again, here we go. I did a test right before I came here in another place and it worked perfectly. And then I come here, whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. But Sherry is actually unpacking some groceries, I think, right now.
Oh, I wanted to tell her creation was amazing. I didn't have time to comment, but it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. She showed me something. Sherry, we're talking about you.
I hear you. I'm listening.
Yeah. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, she showed me some things last night and I was only on my little cell phone, and they eat like many things and they all look beautiful. And it was just like, oh my gosh, she is just like, so I think we get into the flow and we just can't stop. I know that's me.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So Sherry, I'm going to officially start so we don't take our whole Saturday here together.
Yes, perfect. I'm going to be there soon. Okay. Just another minute or two.
No worries. I'll talk a little bit, and I definitely want to check in with each of you guys. So I want to officially welcome everybody to, again, our first annual Earth Day Plant-Based Food Art Challenge. My name is Melanie Albert with Experience Nutrition and Plant-Based Food Art, and I really am honored to be here. I think yesterday, us being together and chatting about Earth Day and the land and the air and the soil and the farmers and the food, I got more excited about it. I think it just got me going on to a whole nother level of thinking about food, saying it out loud rather than just thinking about it. So I would love to hear from each of you, kind of like how you're feeling today, how the experience was. And then what I'm going to do is show you I went to 2 farms this morning. So I'm going to kind of share that experience with you. And then we're going to make a chopped salad with what I bought from the farms. And the surprise is a green goddess dressing that I can't wait to share with you. I know, I've only made it one time at an event. It was with Humana. And it was seriously so delicious. I haven't published it anywhere. I haven't shared it anywhere. And that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to talk about that last food art thing that I'm kind of teasing along. So Faye, while we're waiting for Sherry, let's just hear from you. Your creativity, like you started yesterday and you're going, I don't know if I could do something different. And it flowed like water. Like I could just feel water energy for some reason.
Well, it was interesting when you were putting the ingredients, and I knew that Eric was going to be excited to have some. And I'm like, oh, he doesn't like green onions and he doesn't like radishes. So I said, I'm going to keep those out of the mixture, out of the tartare. And so they became part of the food art. And I guess it all started when I was trying to decide what plate to use.
Yay.
So taking away from yesterday, I chose this rather rectangular plate and started over to the one side. And I really liked the way it was coming out, and like it did have movement. I didn't go so high on the vertical, but I did manage to get a couple of purple carrots to stand and some basil. But then there's this whole other blank side of the plate, and I couldn't figure out what I was going to put there. And then I was just like, it's where I'm going to use my herbs like Melanie did, where she laid them on the plate as the base. I'll just have it over to the side. And so I like the way that it came together.
I loved it. I could see it like being served at a party.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, my one friend commented about using the radishes as crackers.
I saw that.
I was like, that was a good idea.
That was, yeah, I did a thing a long time ago with kids when we made, again, the avocado tartare a long time ago. I may have told you guys this. And the one kid at the beginning, there were like 50 kids in this class. And the kid said, well, where are the chips? And I said, well, we're not going to have chips. And at the end, he came over and he like this little, like 10 or something, tapped me on the shoulder. He goes, I let them call me Aunt Mel. He said, Aunt Mel, I don't need chips anymore. We can use cucumbers at home.
Right. Yeah, it's a great idea.
So yeah, the radishes as like chips. I hadn't really thought about that either. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we've eaten most of it. It was very good. It had a lot of lemon to it. I was thinking of adding some lime to it as well, but it had enough acid, so I didn't. Because it was funny making it and just putting everything in.
Yeah.
I never tasted it along the way,
well,
which I think is important.
We could have all tasted it after we had our acid, fat, and salt in the bowl and said, oh, does it need a little more lemon or does it need a little bit more avocado? But like, I think you mentioned somewhere where you wrote, or even you said, is adding a little by little. That's really a cool thing too.
Yeah, the proportion, but to me at that time, it was the bulk of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't how it tasted. So I got to add that to my.
But that, yeah, and because oftentimes when I'm teaching students in person, I'll say, because today we're going to make a really quick salad dressing also. And I always say, taste it, taste it, taste it. And we didn't do that yesterday. But here's the thing, and Faye, you and I have talked about this before. I know my recipes work. Like I know they
Right.
work. So if I was cooking for like a crowd of 50 or 100 or whatever, I mean, I would taste, but I also know that they work. But the other thing that you always have to remember is like citrus or any of these onions, citrus, they're always going to be different. Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the only other thing I wanted to mention was, you know, that we were celebrating Earth Day. And I don't know if you realize that on Instagram, there was this one sticker or a few stickers that if you put them on your picture, it automatically put it into a larger feed. So everyone around the world or wherever they're celebrating Earth Day, wherever those stickers were. So you got to get this whole impression of what other people were doing or experiencing or appreciating about the planet Earth. And it was really beautiful. It was very diverse.
I want you to late to go and do that.
So, well, what happened was, you know, at the top of Instagram where the stories are, and they usually have like the person's face, there was a sticker that represents, and it said Earth Day, and I happened to click on it, and I saw something my niece had posted of her daughter playing in some tulips. And I'm like, how did that get on there? And then I realized it was the sticker. So I went back and tagged some of mine with that sticker.
Well, I'm going to see if I can figure that out.
I don't know if it's there today.
And if it's not, it can be for next year. I'll be smarter about it next year. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to have like a total online conversation with you right now, but when you posted a picture of this, and I didn't even know how you did that. So we need to have a side conversation.
Okay, sure. I'd be happy to help.
Because I feel like I know some things and you did that. And I'm going, I didn't know how to do that. So it was really cool to see.
I took a picture of it with my camera and then I edited it and made it a photo that I could post.
Know how to do that. That's what you did.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Okay. Yeah, because yeah, there are a couple things, not a couple, probably more than a couple of things like that I just haven't learned.
Okay.
But I'm so glad that we got to celebrate. Sherry, I'll come to you in a second, but like you celebrating with us and then seeing what your niece is doing. I mean, how cool is that? I think I'm going to make a bigger deal of it next year and plan ahead and, you know, do something bigger. Who knows where our lives are going to be a year from now. Okay, Sherry, let's hear about your experience. I want to hear like what you learned, but what you incorporated, but I want to hear mainly like your process of making that beautiful art. It was like art from the heart with the earth. Like it was so beautiful.
That's good. That's good. So yeah, I wanted to somehow show the earth, and I'm thinking, how can I do that? I was thinking about how I can do it with food, but that's really challenging because of the blue for the water. I did do in another picture that I sent to you with the blue tinted water in a plastic container.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, but I didn't want to include plastic because it's, you know, Earth Day. So I wanted to make it more, and it was on marble plate, a marble like pedestal. So that's more natural too, versus a dish, and it was bigger. And the other, I can post the other thing that I did, but that was asparagus weave with, I made spring rolls and put the edible flowers in it. Yeah. And so I had so much fun doing that. I wanted to do the two together on one plate, but it wouldn't be big enough. So I just did it this way. And I love like working with the circle and putting the lettuce out, creating flowers because I have spring fever. So that's what, like, I was so, you know, edible flowers, you know, real flowers, and then the strawberries and the tulip and the carrots and blueberries and the pineapple. So what I did with that, this is what my main inspiration was actually, was taking broccoli, and I took toothpicks and put it in the broccoli, and I wanted to create a forest. So that way you could see all the trees.
I totally understood that the first time I saw it. I'm going, that is the coolest thing.
And then the different levels of the trees versus just one level. Yeah. So
I'm looking at it right now. So you're saying all those the things with the flowers are spring rolls.
Oh, no, 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 not today's, not what I posted today. I sent Melanie something, which I can post, but this was more relevant to this challenge. But
so that's the tartar in the middle, like with the flowers on it.
Flower shape too.
That's so cool.
Molds,
I love it.
A flower shape, square, triangle, circle. And when you first said mold, get a 3-inch mold, I had to look it up because I had no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was, last time, but it's great because I'm learning more. So I had so much fun doing it and then making sure that the flower stayed in shape. And I added purple onion, let's see, carrots. What else? I didn't add fresh garlic because I was just like,
and that's so funny you asked about it yesterday and I didn't even use it.
Yeah, I just was trying to get this done so I could submit it to you but do it mindfully and as best as I could. I already made the forest yesterday, the day before.
Wow.
Because, I was like, well, I wasn't sure when I was going to create all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to see what you were doing and, make sure I was doing everything. But yeah.
Well, I think we're all just inspiring each other. I like my teacher used to say, we are the guide on the side, not the sage on the stage. And I always remember that. It's like, yeah, I have stuff to share, but we're also creative and talented and we all come from different things. We're just here guiding each other and learning and inspiring each other. So yeah. Sherry, I just have to say, so I don't forget it, I think you should be doing classes with kids.
I was a school teacher, early ed.
I didn't know that, but I mean, what you're doing, I see how kids get excited, again, pre-COVID, but I see how they used to get excited with my stuff, but my stuff on top, with your stuff on top of it, the extra art, I think, and having a concept. It's oh, it's Earth Day. Oh, it's New Year's like you did. Oh, it's whatever, Halloween. I mean, I think kids, you could put a whole one-on-one course, online course. I think that would be incredible.
That's a good idea. I would do it by Zoom. I wouldn't do it in person, but by Zoom.
Yeah, and for now, why not?
Yeah. You know what? Because I was thinking too, I wish I ate this plant-based and healthy as I am now when I was younger. I wish I knew about it. I didn't really know about it. So, I think that what you're doing and showing kids and everything is fantastic because you do have to start young, and it's really important because all these diseases that are happening can be prevented. There's so many things that are caused by our diet.
I know.
And so what I've learned from going to school, and doing the health coach certification is just amazing. What I've learned about basically food as medicine is the biggest thing that I got out of this. And I'm doing different webinars. There's one this week, which I told you about too. And I can share with Faye, but it's Food Revolution.
The Food Revolution, is that Ocean Robbins and that group?
Yes, yeah, and his dad, and they are the family that created Baskin Robbins.
I know, his dad was one of my teachers.
Oh, wow. His dad turned it down. He didn't want to be part of it because he knew that sugar is really unhealthy and he didn't want to be part of that. So he, didn't want to get any of the financial benefits. Yeah. So he's leading more of the plant-based life, and his events are terrific with all these well-known, well-respected doctors. And it's just amazing. So Faye, if you can sign up for it, it's available every day for about a 21-hour period because it's 3 hours for the event. So I can send you the link and I can actually post it in the site.
Yeah.
Yes, please do. I'd like to see. I saw that there was something with a whole, was it called Food Revolution or?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
But please send me the link. If I'm not already registered, I'll sign up.
Yeah. I'll put it in your group as you're talking because I don't want to,
Yeah, and the other thing that's so interesting is I think I am going to go take a look at it, even though I told you my calendar, just to see who's teaching, because all the teachers, the world leaders, were my teachers when I went to the school. And I have a feeling a lot of them are still there. I mean, I was an affiliate for that program a long time ago, so I'm totally aware of it. I mean, I remember when Ocean, the son, was younger, and I'm going, oh, he's bringing his son in. How cool is this? named Ocean, like a sun named
No, I
Ocean.
know.
Think about it.
I know, it's great. And you can look at the calendar of events to see what's happening when, if you want to watch it live, or you can purchase it like I did because they give you the transcripts. So I don't, I would be frantically taking notes because they speak really fast, especially if Dr. Mark Hyman's going to be in it. He's very fast, but very knowledgeable.
He was one of our teachers. I've seen him speak so many times. I actually saw him on the train one time leaving New York going up to Omega Institute. We're going, you're Mark Hyman, aren't you? And he goes, yeah, we just saw you speak.
Wow.
Yeah, I met him 15 years ago when he was just getting started. Okay, guys, I have to go. We have to go or we're gonna not be cooked.
Can I just say to Faye too, that I loved your dish too. And I loved the purple and the pink and the red with the radishes, with the green. It looked beautiful.
You know what else? We didn't say this, but everybody does. We all are, you guys have like the rainbow of food. Like it's so easy to create that, like so many, oh, I have to eat all these different colors of veggies. We're just doing it naturally with what we have, which is really cool too, because I saw that.
Oh, can I just ask a question too? I got red kale and it has the purple stems. So I thought that might have more nutrition. Is that any more nutritious than
well, here's the thing, Sherry. When we have like the kale that's green is probably going to have a little bit more chlorophyll in it. The kale that's purple is going to have a little bit more, I don't know if I'll say it right, the anthocyanidins. So the antioxidants are going to be a little bit different, but overall not that much.
Okay.
I mean, they're both going to have vitamin K.
Yeah, I figured I'd try it because I want to either kind of like roast them or put it in smoothies, or presentation because of the purple.
I know. Like you said yesterday, I mean, anytime we have purple. Okay, guys, I have to show you this stuff. I've been waiting all like for 2 hours to show you. So this morning, I posted a live when I was there. So if you missed it, you have to go watch. I went to the Arizona worm farm. I talk about it all the time. All I knew is that they were open today. They posted yesterday after I was with you guys that they had just harvested, they didn't like pounds and pounds and pounds of mulberries because mulberries are in season. And they said, if you want to reserve mulberries, let us know. So I reserved 3 pounds of mulberries.
Wow.
For $8 a pound, guys.
I don't even know what mulberries taste like.
Oh, they're kind of like, and I can show you, they're kind of like blackberries, but sweeter.
Mm.
And they only grow here in Phoenix for about 3 weeks. So when the trees are ready, they are ready, and you just have to harvest them and sell them or give them away. So yeah, I bought 3 pounds.
Are you going to freeze some?
I am. Do you want me to show you while we're talking about it? So I don't.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like. They come in many different varieties. I'm not an expert here, but I mean, here we are. Can you see those?
Can you put one like in your hand under the?
Why don't I put one in a little bowl? That would be a little bit nicer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, I've seen them.
Huh. I've never
I
seen.
also have some Pakistani mulberries from another farmer that are long, and those I didn't have time to eat them, so those are actually in the freezer. So yeah, they're sweeter. So I'll show you the Pakistanis. And again, these I just froze yesterday.
Oh, wow, those are longer.
Yeah, these are my favorite ones. And the white ones, there's one white mulberry tree near my house at the farm at South Mountain that I know about. Okay, I've got to wash, no, my hands up. Now I do have to wash my hands, hang on. But you know what's interesting? Here we are. This is what's in season. This is about eating with the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's what I was looking forward to. Yay.
I know, we've been talking about it for months. So the Arizona worm farm, oh, there it is here. Guys, I'm backwards. I'm getting so excited, I'm backwards. This is from the second farm. So let me show you the Arizona worm farm.
Wow.
This is what I bought from the Arizona worm farm. And I have
Someone's gonna have a lot of food this week.
Oh, am I? Yeah. So, but here's what it said, and I'm gonna do like a food unveiling with you guys because I haven't looked at it yet.
Oh, so you just pick up the bag.
Well, they used to have a little farmer's market there, and you would just pick up a lot. But during the pandemic, the whole crew got COVID and they shut down for like a month. So they didn't get to get stuff going. So usually they used to, I'll have to find some old pictures. They used to have like a big spread and you could buy a lot and they would actually let me go over there and harvest. But today, when I went to pick up the mulberries, that's why I got to the mulberries, they had these bags, $15, Swiss chard, carrots, beets, and then they had onions. They crossed it out and put cabbage and celery. So we're gonna see what we have. This is what local Arizona food looks like.
What is that, celery?
This is celery. This is real celery.
Oh, wow. Love the leaf.
Wow, that's
So
interesting.
big.
I'm used to seeing it all cleaned up.
I know, that's what I know. And again, I haven't looked in here yet. So here's some chard.
I love the rainbow colors. I saw that in a field growing and I had no idea what it was. I thought it was rutabaga.
There's chard.
Beautiful.
So, oh my gosh, guys. These are the beets.
Wow.
Wow. What's that? Beets?
These are beets. These are purple beets.
You use the beet greens too, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you, when they're like this, I'm definitely going to use the beet greens. So when you buy your beets from the purple, if you, again, back to that purple thing that you were just talking about, Sherry, the purple beets grow purple leaves.
Wow.
So there are the beets. Oh,
More celery.
more celery. Listen, you guys can see why I have so much fun. A little cabbage.
I hope you're going to be catering for some people.
I'm part of the business. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Another cabbage.
Nice.
I'll have to look up and find out what that kind of cabbage that is.
Oh, can you put that near the camera a little closer? Like, does it have that curly leaf?
It's not the Caraflex. I have a Caraflex in my refrigerator that's really pointy at the top.
Yeah.
So I don't know what kind this is. I'll have to look it up in my seed book. Okay, we're not done.
There's more. It's like a Christmas package. Oh my God, that's a lot of carrots.
And this costs $15, 15 or 50.
See if you can see it.
I can't believe all that fit in one bag. $15.
$15. Isn't that it? Look at that. Seriously, guys.
Oh.
I mean, I have to be careful. I don't look at that.
That's amazing.
It's heavy. You see why I love Arizona and why I appreciate the farmers so much?
Wow.
You
I
can't
can't
get
believe
food like this in the grocery store. So I spent 24 on the berries and then 15 on that.
Wow.
That's a deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of food, guys.
That sure is. I don't know what you're going to do with it. Maybe make soup.
Well, my friend is having a housewarming party tonight. And I told her, I sent her a note. I said, I'll bring something. So maybe I'll do something. It'll probably be a salad, right?
Wow.
Like seriously, guys, look at the beauty. I mean, this is like the whole thing, eating real whole food. You don't even have to think about it when the food is this pretty.
Mm.
I want to eat the carrots.
Oh my gosh, the carrots. The carrots are my thing. You know,
Amazing.
you see people that get the little carrots in the little baggies that are
I do.
whatever, that are not good. Okay, so that's one. That like exceeded my expectations too.
Wow. That's amazing.
Amazing. I'm just gonna keep it here. It's still there, you can see it. So this is number 2. Had I known what I had in here, I don't know if I would have gone to the other farm. So
Right.
So this farm is almost, but I'm glad I did. This farm is almost like literally right next door to the Arizona worm farm. And it's called Grandma's Farm. And she's about my age and she calls her farm Grandma's Farm. It's like, okay. And I met her daughter today. So she just had bins and I picked out a few things. So I didn't really remember that I had carrots up there. So I got more carrots. Chives, she had chives.
Mm.
So Faye, I saw your friend wrote about radishes. So I picked up watermelon radish.
Oh, that's what they look like, huh?
Yeah, and a black Spanish radish.
Wow.
You know,
Those must be beautiful on the inside.
Oh, we'll cut into one.
yeah, that'd be great. I went to Whole Foods and they had watermelon radishes and then I think regular radishes and turnips. And I think I got the turnips by mistake because they look alike. So I asked someone, and that happened twice. I think I'm gonna have to speak to someone at Whole Foods. I should have done it today.
Yeah.
But, so he brought out a bag, so I knew, and it said, you know, the watermelon radish on it. But then when I cut into it, it didn't look as vibrant as what yours did. So we'll see what yours looks like today.
Yeah,
Send me a picture.
Yeah, obviously I haven't cut into these yet.
Yeah.
But
Like
then guys, the really cool thing is, remember yesterday I had peppers from the grocery store? These are the little peppers from Grandma's farm today.
Beautiful.
Pretty.
Yeah.
They look like little jewels.
They are little jewels. They are so beautiful. And then she had all kinds of lemons. So I got some Meyer lemons. They're a little bit smoother and a little bit rounder and a little bit juicier. And then I was getting ready to, and then from the other farmer's market, because I was thinking I might want to use these, I had some pea pods from Wednesday and some of those tomatoes. I was leaving and I said to them, I said, well, I'm getting ready to do a cooking event at noon my time. Do you by any chance have any edible flowers? And she said, well, you could come and look over here. And they didn't know how they were going because we've had a lot of wind the last couple of days. So they let me harvest some nasturtiums.
Oh, beautiful. I love those leaves.
Yeah, that's how they grow.
Yeah.
And what are they called?
Nasturtiums.
Nasturtium.
Nasturtiums. They are a little bit spicy. You can eat the leaves and the flowers. And they are, I have some growing, but mine never flowered this year, but they're a perennial. So once you plant, at least out here in Arizona, I don't know how California, they probably grow, Faye. I don't know how they grow sherry where you are, but out here they're a perennial. So like I'll have to go over there when I have more time and take some pictures. Like it was probably a little bit, 1.5 times my table here full of nasturtiums.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So that's what I do for fun. Oh my gosh.
Good, clean fun.
It's kind of amazing because I did a live for my entrepreneur thing that I'm in. And I've been talking to them about single-minded focus. And I said, well, right now I'm single-mindedly focused on my Earth Day thing. And I went over there. I said, look, this is single-minded focus. I'm at the farm doing my single-minded focus. And it still is my passion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you can work your play and your work together, it's a lot of fun. Yeah. So what I was thinking we would do, like, of course, I totally changed my direction based on what happened this morning. I was thinking we do a really quick acid fat salt salad dressing. Sherry, I know you've seen that before. Faye, I think you may have, I can't remember. Just really, really quick. I'm going to chop veggies. and we're gonna make like a chopped veggie salad, but then I'm gonna make the green goddess dressing separate and use that with the salad. Does that sound
So
like-
the green goddess dressing is going to be separate than the acid, salt, fat dressing?
Yeah, so what
Okay.
I thought about doing, so I'm gonna chop the veggies, and I'll leave this here while I'm chatting because it's more pretty. So I was gonna do an acid fat salt dressing, lemon. I will move this. For some reason, I didn't quite have enough trays today. I don't know what happened. So the acid fat salt, the lemon, the olive oil, and the salt. And the reason I thought I would do this first and separate is I'm going to toss the chopped veggies in that. And you know what? I just had an intuitive hit. We're also going to put some chives in it. How's that? So you can add an herb so that I don't want to swamp the veggies with the green goddess. I want to use the green goddess kind of separately. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I thought I'd do a separate one of these. This can happen really quickly. So acid fat salt. This is the basic salad dressing every time. But of course, you know what? We're gonna have some zest because that's what we like.
Yeah.
It's like every time I see this person, we have to have some zest.
I forgot the microplaner again at Whole Foods.
Oh, don't worry about it. So Sherry, here, it's hard for me to keep a secret. I'm going to send you one.
Oh.
So don't buy it. I want you to have the right one.
I'll send you something back as a thank you.
Okay, whatever, you don't have to. But it's like, yeah, you have to have one of these good ones. You can't have whatever they have in Whole Foods. And I say that not to like slam anything, but one of my nephews bought a microplane grater for my parents' house when he was down there and he wanted one. And I don't like the one that he bought. So, so I'm going, let's get the right one. Okay. Wow.
Actually, you can put the name of it and I can get it, Melanie. You don't have to ship anything.
What?
You don't have to ship anything. You can just tell me the name of what you have.
It's microplane.
I know, but it's different. I think there's different ones as.
Okay,
Upgrade.
I can go on. I think I did that one other time, but I can go online and look.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
their basic one, and I remember measuring it. This one that I have is 12 inches.
Okay.
And I have two of them, and I use them literally all the time. So I'm squeezing the juice here because I want to have some juice for both of these salad dressings. And I do not, for the acid fat salt base, this is another one where I do not measure. Whoops. I'm just going to squeeze or pour some. Oh my gosh, guys, this thing is so juicy. I forgot to roll it, but this is so when we roll, so if you're going to roll your lemons, so first I use the microplane and, you know, get the zest off and then roll it after that, which I forgot to do, but this is so sweet and soft, I don't have to. And what that does, it breaks down the membranes, so then the juice comes out a little bit better. But I think we're going to be okay here. And I have plenty of lemons today. I'm going to store this over my bowl, and I will use those other little bits later. So they would not go to waste. So I know that I need about a half a cup or a quarter of a cup, right? A quarter of a cup for my other dressing. And I know that these little mise en place bowls of mine hold about a quarter of a cup. So I'm holding that. So for the regular acid fat salt dressing, what I normally do is squeeze the lemon or the lime or the lemon and or lime or lemon, lime, and orange into a jar. And then I'm going to put about twice as much fat. That's the base.
A lot of fat.
It works.
Sorry.
That was actually pretty funny because some other people would hear me go, she's going to put in fat. She's crazy. Ooh, that looks actually pretty good. Let's see. So this comes back to what we were talking about before, making sure we taste. Especially for the base of the salad dressing, since it's only me. Needs a little more fat, oddly enough. So when you make your dressing, you're gonna know, you're gonna feel the extra olive oil or the other fat. With, I mean, I like olive oil. That's my go-to. Some people will use avocado oil or grapeseed oil, but did I just say I like avocado? I'm olive oil. I'm all olive oil. But yeah, taste it, and you want to make sure it feels balanced. You don't want it to be too fatty, and you don't want it to be too acidy. Perfect. Really perfect. And then we're going to add a little pinch of salt. There's a little bit of carrot in there. Little pinch of salt. I want a little more.
Talk a little bit about what kind of salt that you like to use for that.
Yeah,
Because I know that there's different types.
Let me go grab it. It's easier to show.
I have pink Hawaiian. I was going to get kosher, or I saw the Celtic or Celtic today, but I didn't get it.
Yeah, there's also this finishing salt that's called something like Maleo. That's like shaved salt crystals. But I know there's all types of salt.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I saw that at Whole Foods. That was like $12, I think.
So this is the one I used. Is that the direction? Yeah, so this is called Celtic Sea Salt. And it's funny, I actually met the owner of the company a long time, like 15 years ago at a trade show. And it is literally my go-to salt. It's kind of mild, but it's salty, but I use it literally in everything. Sometimes, like Himalayan salt sometimes is a little bit too salty for me. So see, they come in pretty big pieces.
Oh, so it feels very like it's moist, has some moisture to it.
A little bit of moist, yeah. It comes from the sea. Sea salt.
Yeah.
And then what I do is I put it, and I even had it here already in case we need it. I put it in my mortar and pestle and grind it up. And then I put it in a little bowl, all ground up.
Got it. Yeah, I was just learning a lot about salt and understanding like the things that the salt most people use on their tabletops is really almost like manufactured.
Yeah, there are usually
and not very good for you.
Yeah, there are a lot of additives and anti-caking agents in salt. Yeah, it's kind of sad, you know, some things get a bad rap and they say, oh, I don't want to eat salt. Well, it's the kind of salt you're eating, right? Our bodies need salt. Sherry, you know more about that than I do.
Yep. Yes.
Our bodies need fat. Our brain is
I had heard pink Hawaiian sea salt is really healthy, so I have that. I've been using that.
So here's another salt that my friend from
Lion.
This is called Black Lava Hawaiian that she gave me from Hawaii last week. And I haven't tried it yet.
Oh.
This is my Melanie. It's Himalayan, actually.
Oh, I know that. I've seen that. Sherry, I can't totally see it, but is it coarse like the one that I had? No, I mean inside. I know I can see the brand that you have.
We get closer.
Yes, that's perfect. Is it coarse?
Oh, it looks like it's already ground.
It's fine pink salt.
It's fine. Okay. Do you like that one, Sherry?
I do. I see a note here, though. It says this salt does not supply iodide, a necessary nutrient. So I didn't read that, but of course that's really small print.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because you can get iodine from other sources.
And you can get pH balanced water too, to get the electrolytes that you need.
Yeah,
So.
I know. I mean, it's like when I teach at Humanities, a lot of the ladies there, they go, oh, we're putting in salt. It's like, guys, we have 60 people here and I'm putting in a pinch of salt. Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. So what I also did, I ended up putting the chives in here and I had forgotten the lemon zest.
Oh, okay.
So I added that. So that's going to be
Mm.
really good.
I'm making this tonight.
Really, like seriously, really good. So what I want to do now is get these veggies chopped pretty quickly. And then we will do the goddess dressing. And then we'll get to the other food art idea. So I'll tell you what the other food art idea is if you start thinking about it. I know. You've probably been wondering. And like I said, I think I've probably mentioned it at one time, but I don't think we've ever really focused on it. So the other food art, the other food art idea is what emotion or what kind of situation, like an emotion or a situation are we creating for? Okay. And what I was going to show you, what I will show you, not what I was going to show you, what I'm planning on showing you today is like, you guys hear me a lot. I love play. Like that's, I don't know if it's really an emotion, but play. My plating for play is going to be very different from my plating for elegant, right? I think even like a plating for like a birthday celebration might be different than a plating, this is extreme, for dinner by yourself. I don't know if emotion is the right word. Maybe it's a little bit more situational, but people can serve the same food in a fancy restaurant and plate it differently and charge 3 times as much as they do in a more casual or rustic restaurant, right?
Mhm.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking about today. And I'm going to use 2 different bowls. So what I'm doing here, I did wash these off, and I know she's also organic, so I'm not worrying about a little teeny bit of dirt here. And actually, I went through their kitchen where they keep it, where they clean everything today. This is at the grandma's farm, the grandma. So anyway, what I'm doing here, similar to what we always do, is I'm cutting up my veggies first. And because this is going to be a little chopped salad, I'm making these pieces probably a little bit smaller than I always do because it's going to be chopped. So I think, so we have the carrots. Here we go, guys.
Ooh,
Yeah, hang on. Oh yeah.
pretty.
Beautiful, right? Wow. Can you see that okay?
Mm-hmm. Gorgeous.
Yeah. This when you slice into these beautiful food like this is again just part of the time when my heart starts racing because it's just so pretty. The other thing that you could do with a watermelon radish is you could use your your mandolin.
Yeah, I did that.
And slice it really thin. But look at that.
Beautiful.
So really, honestly, guys, today when I shot totally dictated what we were going to do, which was really cool. When I started seeing and because I really didn't know what was going to be in that bag, I decided to create from the grandma's place. And
When you cut this, you held on to the stem, Melanie, right? Because
yes,
you can cut vegetables different angles and stuff, but you held on to the stem and did it that way. Okay.
and I kept the root.
Okay. Yeah.
And I threw the stem in the bowl. Do you want me to show you?
No, that's okay.
Okay. Okay. And then we have colors. I don't know. I wasn't going to, but do you guys want me to go into the black Spanish radish?
I'd like to see what it looks like, but I don't want you to.
No, we can do it. Oh my gosh, we can do it. I can always go back. I haven't had one of these in a long time. So what I'm going to do for this one is cut it this way. So oh, I forgot that it was white inside. So it's white inside. I totally forgot. So sure, here's another way to cut them.
So you leave the edge on for the drama.
Yeah, because that's what's going to make it really pretty. And I'm probably not going to do an awful lot of that.
And that's called a black radish?
This is called a black Spanish radish. A lot of the farmers grow it here. I mean, it's definitely a cold weather vegetable, like a fall vegetable. But look, there we go, another color for our salad that we weren't counting on. So, but I really, like, I can't wait to get to these little peppers. What do you think? Just one of each of those?
Yeah.
Just kind of. So remember yesterday I was talking about if I had those other little peppers, I cut them in the circles.
Mhm.
That's what I'm doing for this. Wow, this actually smells really good. This reminds me of childhood. We always have little peppers and cucumbers growing in the summer. Because like you, Sherry, I lived in Pennsylvania. Not that that's where you live, but we only had one season for my parents to grow food. Can you see how pretty these are?
Mhm.
Wow. So I'm always aware of the anatomy of food when I'm chopping. I know the seeds are at the top, so I do my best not to have seeds flying all over the place. Some people don't remember about that. These are really, you know, they're so pretty. I'm not even going to chop them any finer. They're just going to go into the salad like that. Look at that end.
Wow.
I'm going to save that. Just
Shane, look at that. That's beautiful. Oh,
beautiful, right?
yes.
This is real food. You can't manufacture this stuff. I will cut those a little bit. So the membrane is going to be a little bit bitter. So because that membrane was a little bit bigger on that red one, I took that off. So be careful when you're making your dishes, especially when you're using grocery store peppers. The membrane, you know, they're pretty big peppers and you see a lot of membrane, so get rid of that. What else do we want? Oh, these. Oh my goodness. Guys.
Oh,
I love that.
that.
These are like my favorite thing to cut because they're, and right now we have snow peas growing and these peas, I can't remember the name of them right now.
What's that called?
I'm trying to remember. It's not a snow pea.
It's not a snap pea.
It's not
Snap?
I don't know. I lost my head for a second. It's
Okay.
I'll let you know that.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah.
But that's very dramatic too.
It is.
I love that when you did that. I was trying to do it and it didn't turn out as well as yours, but it could be because yours might be fluffier or bigger.
Well, when I bought these, so when I bought these at the farmers, they came in a little bag. But when I bought them, I knew that I wanted to cut them so that they would be beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing when you're out shopping. Like literally, I'm like going, not exactly, like I'm not going to micromanage it, but I know that I want these to be beautiful. So instead of buying the smaller ones, the snow peas, I bought these, which I can't think of the name, because they were bigger. Like
Yeah.
that was like literally, and then watch how I cut, Sherry.
Yes.
So I'm cutting like, can you see that?
Close to the edge, are you cutting?
From one edge kind of up to the other edge at a diagonal. Here, let me. So there's the pea.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that? Oh, that one's funny. It didn't have very big seeds in it. Let's try another one.
I love that dish that you made with that. That was so nice.
Well, that's kind of what I'm going for today. And like, look, like you get this beautiful stuff from the farm. So we're just going to keep that one out and maybe use it. Here's a bigger one. Let me see if I can do it with this one. Like, yeah, if you can't do it, it's okay. So I'm kind of going like at a diagonal, not straight down the middle. And I know if you get back to restaurants, you're going to see and notice that they do it the same way. Can you see that?
Yeah, I love it.
Wow. Wow. Okay. That's what we have. Oh, and we're gonna have some tomatoes. I'm not gonna, oops, that was kind of funny. I'm just trying to think if I want to chop them up for in the salad or not. I don't know yet. That's gonna have to sit there for a second. So what I'm gonna do now is show you guys how to make the salad dressing. The salad dressing. The green
So this
goddess-
is going to be the green goddess?
This is going to be the green goddess salad dressing, right? I'm very anal about mess. So I have to get rid of my mess before I used to drive my in-class, you know, home in classroom students crazy when I made them clean up. It's like, guys, you can't have a messy kitchen. So we're gonna get our ingredients ready. I have them here. Pretty much.
Ooh.
So we are gonna have our lemon juice. And again, one little seed ended up in there. Of course, that's okay. So we have, and I'll give you guys this recipe. We have lemon juice, we have tahini. We have a little bit of water. I think I'm facing this the wrong way for you guys. No, it's okay. Water, garlic, sea salt. And then we're going to use olive oil, herbs back here, and dates.
What did you just say?
Herbs, I'll pull them all out so we don't forget.
Herbs.
Herbs. So we have all kinds of herbs. We have all kinds of herbs to choose from. You can make this with whatever herbs you want. Here, they're all coming out. So let's do it again. We have lemon juice. I have a quarter here. And again, I'll type this up, but I wrote this again. You know how I am right before we get started. Okay, I have about a quarter of a cup of lemon juice. We're going to have about a half a cup of tahini. So I'll get the tahini out. So it's so funny, you know, we think about what do we have in our pantry and how to stock the pantry. I know we haven't really done that much here, but I already had tahini, like a whole new thing of tahini in my pantry, which was really nice. Have you used tahini, Faye?
I don't know what oh, it's tahini?
Tahini. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I have that.
Yeah, with hummus. So about a half a cup of tahini. So guys, here's the thing, what I just said a few minutes ago. Acid is going to be about a quarter of a cup of your lemon juice. Tahini, about a half a cup. There's your ratio again, 2 to 1.
The tahini solidifies, so.
It solidifies. So yeah, thank you for reminding me. That's what. So yeah, the tahini has the protein in it and the fats. So the fats usually rise to the top. So it's ground sesame seeds. I'm making a little, I was going to pour this out ahead of time, but I just didn't want it to be sitting here open all that time. I know that each of these little bowls are about a half a cup, but I have about twice as much of the tahini as the olive oil. And we're going to use a half a cup or less of water, a clove of garlic minced. I have too much on my table now. So let me mince the garlic. But again, we have to be ready, right? So remember the big elephant garlic that I had a while back? They still have it. But now they're charging $3 for a piece of garlic. So I should have really stocked up on it before. Put some garlic, whatever garlic you have. Wow. I am seriously, guys, I'm still loving this elephant garlic more than anything. And it's funny, I was talking to my friend that works for one of the farmers, and she said, yeah, because it's easier to use. It's like so big, you can cut it up really quickly. I'm just going to put that right there. Oh my gosh, great aromatherapy. And then our sea salt. That's where we're going to go first. What we're going to do is pull out our blender, not our blender, food processor. This is going to be fun and beautiful when you guys make it at home. Sherry, was it you that said you saw the kids the other night?
Yes, yeah.
Did you see that one little girl trying to carry one of these?
I wasn't totally watching it the whole time, but I taped it, so I can go back to it.
She could barely pick it up. She could barely pick up. So here again, lemon juice, tahini. Wow. The tahini is really beautiful as well. And I don't have any particular brand on the tahini. I go back and forth. It's just kind of like Whole Foods or Sprouts. A little bit of water. I poured a half a cup of water. I'm just going to pour in a half a cup. That'll be fine. The garlic. And a pinch of sea salt. There's our salad dressing, right? Acid, fat, and salt and garlic. That's the salad dressing base.
You add olive oil to this?
What?
You add olive oil to this one?
We will, yeah.
So we put in lemon, tahini, garlic, and salt to start.
Yep. Look, lemon, tahini, garlic, and salt. Then we're going to stream in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So I never measure my olive oil. I'm streaming about 2 tablespoons. Or more. So there's our olive oil. And now we're going to put in my recipe that I created when I did this for Humana was about 3 cups of fresh herbs. So really mix and match. When I made this with Humana, for some reason, I picked up my herbs on the way to their class. I didn't even really know what I was going to have. And we ended up with parsley and cilantro. And everybody said it was the best salad dressing they'd ever had. So there's a whole. So I have parsley. I was going to do parsley and dill, and then maybe even some of the basil. What do you guys like that combination? Wow. It's great to have fresh herbs. And you know, you could see I'm tearing it. One of my chef teachers said, you know, there's sometimes when you cut herbs, but then there are other times where you just want it in your hands and you want to kind of play around with the aromatherapy. That's what I'm doing right now. Because the aromatherapy right now, just like touching these herbs is absolutely wonderful. So yeah, look at this. This is a fun salad dressing to make. And it's all local, guys, for me. Okay. About 3 cups. So I didn't pre-measure that. So I think we're going to go with that. Yeah, and a date. So I have 1 date here to add some sweetness. So, oh, is my phone okay? Hang on. Something came on my phone, join now or something. So can you still see up here? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Can you still see the camera from the phone?
Yep.
Okay, because I just got a notice on my phone that something's going on.
What is that you're putting in?
Oh, this is the date.
Oh, dates.
I had dates with pits one time by mistake. I had dates pitted, but when I watched you do it and take the dates out, I'm like, oh, let me check, and I'm glad I did because
Sometimes you have to soak them to make it easier.
So I did soak this. So I soaked this probably, what time is it now? Probably for about an hour and a half in warm water. So guys,
It makes it easier to squeeze the
well, if you
pit
have,
out, but it also softens them, make them easier to blend.
Absolutely. I mean, and we're not going to want big chunks. Can you guys see that okay? I want you to watch this. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. I'm going to stop and show you so you can kind of see in process, because look at that already.
Wow.
The aromatherapy. You're going to love this one. Oh, we can check this. Got
Wow.
it.
Nice.
I'm gonna get a different kind of thing, just a different kind of spoon here. So this is another one of those really aromatic, beautiful. I'm gonna taste it.
Mm.
Wow. Wow. The thing that's so interesting, parsley is so vibrant that I can just like, I feel the parsley with that. I'm feeling the lemon and I'm also tasting the garlic together.
Mm.
And it's so fresh. So that's I want you guys to see this. That's the green goddess dressing. That's how easy it is to make. And it's one of those dressings, of course, that's going to be different every time you make it. Yum, right?
Yes.
So what kind of herbs do you guys have access to right now for this?
I have outside growing rosemary, parsley is a little weak right now, thyme, and basil.
So yeah, I would say definitely not the rosemary, of course.
And not the thyme.
And not the thyme.
I like the idea of a lot of celery, a lot of parsley. I'd have to buy that.
And that'd be okay. I mean, when I did that event for Humana, I bought the parsley because it wasn't in season now, or whenever it was when I did that class. But here.
I just bought some fresh mint today, and I have a mint plant too, but this,
You would, wow, oh my gosh, Sherry, that looks beautiful. Mint would be another awesome one for this. Look at that.
yes. And I have basil too, which I love basil.
Basil, mint, so really any of the soft herbs versus the herbs that are a little bit woody. So I mean, the woody herbs are the rosemary and the thyme where you have to take the leaves off, but any soft herb, any kind of mix and match on the soft herb would be great. Wow. So here we go again, similar process all the time. I'm going to put all of our veggies into the bowl. Wow, the mindfulness, the beauty, the feeling the food. I mean, I know some people don't like to touch food as much as I do. But I don't know, it's back to that, like what emotion, like this part of it for me is play. Like that play thing is coming up right now. I am going to actually put some of the chives. I mean, I haven't seen chives in a long time, and that grandma had those today. I'm going, I want some chives. So I'm saving some of the extras here for possible plating, extra pieces. I am going to put some of these sliced peas in here. And I'm just going to put some whole tomatoes. How's that?
That looks beautiful.
That's beautiful. Like guys, isn't that like interesting, right? How simple it can be. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some of the basic dressing on this because we're going to use the green goddess dressing kind of like as a dipping dressing, if that makes sense, rather than covering everything up and making all the veggies green. And then this way, the veggies are going to have a little bit of extra flavor on them. Wow. I'm just laughing because I've never taught this. I've never taught making this before. And I know how good it's going to be when you guys do it. Yeah. I usually would have a bigger spoon, but hey, I'm going to put all the dressing in. It's like it's only a little bit left. I really don't. I can always make more, right? Wow. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
So this I would call this like a chopped spring Arizona salad. That's what I like. If I was like, maybe that's what I'll call it. I'll put together a recipe. I mentioned to you, Faye, yesterday, I'm going to start vlogging again because I just, especially when the Super Bowl opportunity, we were told they're really going to want to see what we can do. So I'm going, you know what? Time to vlog again. So I'm going to be vlogging. I don't know exactly what, but I will be definitely some recipes. So there's that. And as always, let's get our mise en place ready for plating. And we will do that. I'm just going to put the salad in here. So if you were making this for yourself or for an event, do it a little bit ahead of time and let the flavors come together with the salad. That's what I would do. And even the dressing. But I know that when I served this at Humana, it wasn't like this. I actually made it with a quinoa dish for them. But even the flavors come together right now. Like you don't have to wait if you don't have time to wait. So some of my extras for plating, of course, are peas, right? Already. Oh, the beautiful piece of the dish. I mean, this looks pretty just like this without even getting the plating done, right? And then we've had that piece of that. Ooh, I think that's it. And then I actually pulled out some olives and capers in case we needed that, and we have our sauce. I'm so glad you guys are used to me, and I have to like go and put things away. Okay, so here are our, oh my gosh, can't we look, we have our edible flowers.
Oh yeah.
That's even better. And
that's amazing.
And I think like Faye, I'm so glad you said that, because it's kind of like amazing to me that we go through that process, and it goes from like food from the farm to sitting here, you chop it up, and then you start pulling together this part of it. And it is.
Let's not forget the food we started with may have had dirt on it. So it's like you go from this very raw state to this like a beautification process.
It's true. And some people, when they're making dishes that they really want to emphasize the beauty of the food, and I do this sometimes, but not in a dish like this, like they will take the skin off the carrots. I've been known to do that if I'm very, very, very particular, or the skin off the beets. You know what I'm saying? So
I like leaving it on.
For most things I do. So, oh my gosh, you guys, this is so pretty here right now. And it smells good too. So we have, like guys, I didn't know how beautiful this was going to feel, but these are the bowls that I thought we'd play with. So the emotion that we're going to add. I thought that this green bowl is fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is my more elegant, sophisticated bowl. And this is the really cool thing. I've got to get another spoon. We can use the same exact food with two different ways and have I know, Sherry, right? And have two complete, like what you're doing. We can have two completely different feels. So I need to grab a spoon. Hang on. Went through too many utensils here.
It's fun playing with it two different ways.
It is, and I did that yesterday with the avocado tartare. I made another one when we finished. Mm-hmm. And you go, oh my gosh, they are like two totally different things. Wow. I'm just sitting here feeling it. Really, this is the time for me, and I say this every single time, when I slow down and I go, this is pretty awesome. So let's start with the bowl. They're both bowls, the large bowl. Everything else out of the way so we can focus on the bowl. So again, this is going to be the more sophisticated. I'm going to use, you know, about half of the salad and some of the goddess dressing. So what I'm going to do, oh, it's beautiful already, right? If I had thought, I would have had this like in a little pour jar, like a little pour thing. You know what I'm talking about? You know how in restaurants when they come around and they plate your soup with a by pouring?
Oh, yeah.
So that's beautiful.
I love that dish.
This dish came from Home Goods.
Mm.
And I literally went in the store that day looking for something like this. It was the only one they had. So I only owned one. I have to come back to my hands, guys. Oh. Very mindful, very careful. We don't want splatters all over the place. And then I want to make sure I have enough left for the other bowl. We will. I have some capers. Some capers are calling me. Look how they add a little bit of texture and dimension. I have these olives, but they look like they're going to be too much for this one, so I'm going to skip the olives. Did that make sense? This looks,
Which green?
yeah, it looks a little bit more delicate. I don't know for right now. Let's see what we can do with some of the beautiful peas. Pea pods, there's some kind of peas, whatever they are. Again, Faye, the energy going up to the, oh my God, what direction would that be? Northeast, northwest? And then a little flour. And there's our bowl. So it's really cool because then when people eat it, they can still get the beauty of the dressing, but you haven't covered up the beauty of the veggies with the dressing. So that's kind of what
Pretty.
Nice, beautiful.
Wow. So there's that one. Plate number one. Got it?
Put it under the camera, under the phone camera.
Big camera, I mean the little camera over here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops.
Whoops. It's really lovely, huh?
Yes, gorgeous.
I wish you guys could smell it because now that I touch the nasturtium, I'm smelling the nasturtiums too.
Mm.
So there's the first one. Again, we talked about bowl, and then today we added emotion. It's further away from the camera than I thought. Oops.
Now, our carnations are edible, right?
Yes.
'Cause I'm
Yes.
thinking that that's kind of like a spicy,
Spicy. Yeah.
really nice clovey type of smell.
Yeah.
Really mindful to me.
So here we are with our fun. This one's going to be fun, guys. I don't know. I wasn't planning on doing it this way. I was thinking I was going to do something else, but that just kind of happened. Having fun. Let's just have fun. See, I'm not being quite as mindful. This is like fun kid. This is like art from above. But we're gonna be a little bit more mindful because I don't think I like the art from above. But it's still pretty cool. The dish is making it fun, right?
Mhm.
Oops. But I'm thinking for this one to add like different kind of fun is where we can add some of the peppers. Like that adds a whole different energy than the other one. Put some more of that there.
I love the pop of red in it.
Too. It really worked, and especially with that bowl, right? It's kind of amazing when it just kind of happens. And then we have this. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. Like this, who would have known that this morning this would have been it? And we will add some olives. And this, maybe a nasturtium leaf to this one.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Mhm.
It almost looks like a lily pad leaf.
Yeah, you're right. It does look like a lily pad.
Up there, guys.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, don't hide the berries or the red, whatever.
Oh,
the red.
yeah. Here.
Yeah. Turn it.
That way.
Now I'm thinking the other way.
I would put it down so that way a little bit lower than the berry or whatever that
This
is.
way. This way.
Well, it doesn't matter, just so that way the red.
I want to make sure we can see the strawberry, the carrot,
Yeah, that looks good.
that looked good. That one just finally happened. It took me a minute. And then we have nasturtium.
I think the flower goes on it.
Here you go. Wow.
That's what I was thinking too.
That's pretty cool. So see how when we started, like I've never just thrown food on that way. I've done other stuff, lots of liquid and then put it in the dehydrator. But that I just started kind of fun and funny. And now that's fun and funny. And how about that? Or is that overbearing?
No, I like it.
You like it for fun? Because we're looking for fun, right?
Yeah.
Here. I have one more little piece of it.
Yes. Perfect.
And there's one more that has a little bit of dressing on it. Oh no, here's another one that's dry. How do you like that?
If you can turn one of the middle pea one so you can see the piece inside.
Yes. Yes, I want that too. And do we need any?
Maybe a little bit more, Melanie.
This one?
Yeah, and the other one too.
My hands are getting a little sticky, not sticky, greasy. That, but
Better.
that, we need that.
Yes, nice.
It's so interesting. It's always when you get to the end, it's the last little bit where you're going, what? But I like to start usually with like bigger pieces and bigger things, and then use little things at the end. That we definitely, I feel like we need that, but not there. That's better. And now I have a little teeny piece of the dill here, and then a little teeny piece down there to get the energy going. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's it. That's what it needed. Because I was covering up too much of the pretty stuff with the dill. Look at my hand. So it's like I touch stuff and it all squiggles around. Okay, let's show you this one.
Yeah, hold on.
Beautiful.
Wow. Oh wait, there's a little bit of grease, a little bit of that fat on the dish. We must get rid of that fat. We don't want to add extra fat. This is actually really pretty too, in a whole different way.
Smile.
Looks beautiful.
I love it. I love you guys. I love playing with you guys. I think it's really fun though, isn't it? Let's just look again.
Let's name these Party on a Plate.
Party on a plate. This is really elegant. More sophisticated. And this is fun. If somebody would serve me this at a golf luncheon or something like that, or you know, at a resort, kind of like where I think that would be a fun
Sure.
to get for lunch. And this would be more dinner time.
Yeah. I mean, that coming out of your kitchen for guests, they'd be blown away. I have some guests coming next weekend. I'm gonna borrow a few of these tricks.
Oh my gosh, Faye. Well, yeah. I don't know if I told you guys this idea yesterday that I had around this opportunity to do events with the Super Bowl. And I just came this week when I was at their event. I thought about a build your own whatever. So so they don't have to do the whole cooking thing like we do, but they build, like I have all the components ready.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
So you might want to do that with your friends too. You have all of your components ready and you may show them one way and then, or you could just like serving it and wow, when you come out of your kitchen, they're going to go, wow.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Make it a challenge for them. Make
What
it like a
was that?
challenge, like an interactive challenge. Let's create our own plates and see the
Mhm.
difference how each person creates.
Yeah,
Fun, interactive.
yeah. All right,
I was
guys.
going to do that. I was going to do that when I had my son and his dad over to have us each do it, but time-wise, well, they can do it. They put it on their own plate, so that alone is.
Well, what I was thinking, you know, I do love the interactive, and I know there are certain people that are going to want to cook along, but there's certain people, like what if an organization comes or your friends and you don't have 2.5 hours to do it, and you know, and eat.
Right.
So you make all.
Good idea.
So that's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Anyway, I want to read our final Earth Day thing again, but I just want to kind of hear from you guys, like a final aha, final celebration today. You know, I said yesterday I was going to come up with ideas on what I'm offering next. I don't have those yet, but I will, I promise you. Every time I think something's going to get in my calendar, something else comes up and I'm going, I can't do it yet. But I am working on the retreat. It looks like it's going to be September. It looks like it's going to be the same house that I used to have. So that I'm working through. I'm really working through the costing on that right now and making sure that it's not too crazy price wise. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a big deal. And I do want to get back to doing these like twice a week times together. I do have some other ideas around that, but I don't think I want to share it yet.
Okay.
I'm happy to share with you guys, but not when we're officially recording.
Off and then you can share.
Yeah, yeah, maybe we'll end the recording and then I'll share with you my thoughts. Yeah, so let's do that if you have a couple of minutes when we're done. But final thoughts on this or anything?
I just think it's amazing what you're able to create and make it the visual as appealing and appetizing as the food itself. And it's always inspiring. So I thank you for making this available to us.
Oh, I just got an echo. So you said that almost more, well, you articulate everything so beautifully anyway, but that was once I was doing an interview for something not too long, like a year ago or so, and somebody said, well, why do you love doing this? And I said what you said. I said, I really do. I honor the food so much. I know how much work, I know how hard these farmers work, and I want to honor their food and make something as beautiful as I can with what they're growing. That's exactly why, part of the reason I'm here. Like the whole thing about my mom and all that, but why did it get to food art? That's why I wanted, I don't know what the right word is, respect the food. I wanted to respect their food and keep it beautiful. So thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sherry, what is your final thought?
Well, the funny thing is I was shopping at Whole Foods and I'm driving back and I'm thinking to myself that you're very lucky. You're working in an industry where it's basically working with beautifying food. And this is, you know, this is exactly actually the word that came to my mind. beautifying food and just creating such joy. And it is just like a happy thing that you're doing. It's like, it is like from the heart. And, you know, that you're very lucky to be able to do this, and just to enjoy doing what you love and inspire others. And so, yeah, it's just the biggest word to me came as beautiful.
Wow.
You know, yeah.
Oh my gosh, Sherry. And it's so, like you guys know, I'm in these entrepreneur programs, and Faye and I had a long conversation, you know, what's the languaging around my brand and my business? And it really is beautiful. And the last couple of weeks in a different program that I'm in, right? Like, I'm not really in a program. I'm in a program, but we're asked to go live every day for 30 days. So what I've been doing is talking about my business, but giving people tips for their business based on what I do. So I'm not really talking about stuff about food or food art, really. And a lot of what I've talked about is exactly what you said also, is that I love that I have figured out deep within me what my passion is, and I get to share it. And it brings me joy. And it really, guys, I've told you this before, it probably brings me more joy when I see what you all create. I know how to do it. I know it's going to be different every time, but I trust the process. But when I see your guys' stuff, I don't want to go to sleep. I just want to keep looking.
It is. And it is like, it's like art on a plate. And, you know, I just love it myself. Like I actually was doing this before without even like really knowing it, because I would make mosaic salads. And just my mom's like, who did you make that for? I said, just myself. And
That's
more like a
what relatives say too. They go, who did you have for dinner? It's like me.
Yeah. So I just had fun doing it, and that was my creativity. And I don't know what made me do it, because I don't know if I don't think I saw anybody else create something, but to me it was like, okay, I kind of visualized like a kaleidoscope and made different designs.
Yeah, it does look like a kaleidoscope.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm thinking, Sherry, what you have, like you say, like a mosaic, it's like a glass painting with food. You know, when the glass is on the wall, on the window, that's kind of, when you're saying that, that's kind of what it's reminding me of.
Yeah. Yeah. I might share the other thing that I sent to you in something else that we do, because I don't want to spill those beans yet. So keep that between us.
I know it's really hard sometimes to hold back our secrets.
Yeah. But that's why I didn't post that one, because I think that would be fun, as long as it's done within when we still have what we have, you know, in fresh season.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to do that. I can't wait.
I love you guys from my heart. Like, I really do. We're here on Earth Day again and celebrating the earth, and we're having so much fun. And I went to 2 farms like 6 miles from my house this morning so we could do this together. Like, how cool is that?
It's amazing, and such beautiful fresh food.
I mean, yeah, here, let me just hold this one up.
I can't wait to go to a farmer's market myself, or a farm store.
Look at that. Like, this is.
That's what we need a picture of.
Because I'm in awe too.
Wait.
It's crazy, right? It's so hefty.
That's amazing. How much does that weigh?
I'm gonna check.
And they smile. There you go. Oh God.
Got it?
Yeah, let me get right there. Yeah. Okay, good.
Sherry, I will, you know what I mean? I will weigh it and I'll post, because
That'd be funny.
I used to come back from the farmer's market years ago, and I would weigh how much I got. And then I'd tell people it was, you know, like $1.25 a pound for all this great organic stuff. You're silly not to go to the farmer's market. That's what I would tell people, because you always hear, oh, it's so expensive. You can eat like every piece that's on the food.
I can't believe that just cost $15. I spent $90 in Whole Foods today.
Look, see if you can read it.
Amazing.
Can you read it?
Yep. I can't believe that.
And
So much.
it came in this bag. I had no idea. Like, I looked at it, and when I saw cabbage instead of onion, I thought, well, I already have 2 kinds of onion. I don't need onion. Yeah. Okay, So let's celebrate. Do you want to share it together? Or do you want me just to do it? The earth.
Do it. You can do it.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Okay. But it was fun yesterday. But seriously, this is so true. And again, you know, the fact that it has come full circle after 52 years that here I am teaching people about food literally from the earth is pretty cool. So, Earth Day 2022. There we go. I honor the earth. I honor our air. I honor our water. I honor our land. I honor our farmers. I honor our food. I honor beautiful plant-based food art.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Happy Earth Day. We celebrated together. Next year, let's make this bigger. We'll do something bigger and who knows what.
For sure.
Yeah,
That sounds great.
This is
Yeah.
great.
I can't wait to see. So here's what I was thinking for prizes, you know, for you guys. I'd love to do a real one-on-one with you guys. Let's just do a real one-on-one, get your food together. I'll watch you doing everything, and then let's food art together.
It sounds fun.
Yeah.
good. Great.
And if you have an inspiration from anything that we did here, or you know what I think would be even better than that, kind of like a combination of this inspiration plus, especially for you, Sherry, whatever you can really get that's kind of seasonal. And
Yeah.
say, I'm sure you can get seasonal too, but let's see if we can focus on seasonal as much as we can.
Great.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I went shopping. I got so much. My fridge is full.
Well, let me know. I mean, the next couple of weeks, I have a little bit less going on. I have certain things going on, but I have a little bit more chunks of time that are more free than usual. So let's just figure out a time that works for you and we'll look at the calendars and do that. So I would love to close this out and then share with you my idea. How about if we can end record and come back? How's that?
Good.
Sounds good.
Happy Earth Day. Stand by.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day, everyone.
Listen to this. Happy Earth Day to us. End recording. Hang on.